In the news, Federal Executive Council steps down minimum wage memo for more consultation. Bishop Kolawole Adebisi advises parents to train their children in the fear of God for a better society. Kenya's president withdraws tax plan after deadly protests. And in sports, Argentina defeats Chile to make 2024 Copa America quarterfinals. This is the MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Joshua Adinoy. Thanks for joining us. The Federal Executive Council has stepped down a memorandum on the report of the tripartite Committee on New National Minimum Wage. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, who reviewed this to journalists after the council met at the State House, Abuja, said the development was to allow for more consultation between President Bola Tinubu, state governors, local government authorities, and the private sector. Idris noted that the council deferred acting on the memo, given that the federal government is not the only sole stakeholder on the national minimum wage issue. According to him, the president needs to interact with other wage-paying entities to factor their contributions and circumstances into the executive bill on the matter that will be passed on to the National Assembly for passage into law. A sum of $1.442 billion has been approved by the Federal Executive Council to procure arms, ammunition, and equipment for the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, said the new purchase is meant to boost the agency's anti-narcotic operations nationwide. According to newsmen, after the FEC meeting at the State House, Abuja, Fagbemi said the council also approved 1.9 billion naira for the purchase of 33 CNG-compliant vehicles and the sum of 985 million naira for the procurement of 2 full-body scanners for the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, and the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The approvers, he noted, were also in favor of the NDLEA to beef up its war on drugs at the 2 primary entry and exit points to the nation. Meanwhile, the council also approved a ban on the use of single-use plastics, also known as on-the-go plastics, in all federal government ministries, agencies, and departments. The Minister of State for Environment, Isiaq Salako, who briefed State House correspondents after the FEC meeting, explained that the move aligns with the 2022 National Policy on Plastic Waste Management and demonstrates the government's drive to address the threefold crisis of climate change, pollution, and biodiversity loss. The National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, says all is now set for the commencement of the orientation course program for the 2024 Batch B Stream 1 set of corps members. A statement by the NYSC Director of Information and Public Relations, Eddie Megwa, explained that all prospective corps members are to access their call-up letters on their dashboards on Tuesday. It directed all prospective corps members to report to their various orientation camps between Wednesday 26th and Monday 1st July, while the swearing-in ceremony is scheduled to hold on Tuesday 2nd July. In addition, the Director General, Brigadier General Y.B. Ahmed, advised all the prospective corps members to be security conscious as they travel to their orientation camps. He also appealed to parents and guardians to ensure that their wards do not travel at night. The Director General wishes all prospective corps members and other camp officials journey mercy to the orientation camps. The Sokoto Emirates Council Amendment Bill has passed through the first and second reading at the Sokoto State House of Assembly. If the amendment bill is passed into law, it will reduce the powers of the Sultan of Sokoto, Saad Abubakar III, which included single-handedly appointing kingmakers and district heads without approval from the state government, among others. According to reports, the bill's passage came the second day after Professor Ishak Akintola, the executive director of Muslim Rights Concern, raised the alarm over Governor Ahmed Aliu of Sokoto State's alleged plot to depose the Sultan of Sokoto. The Islamic group maintained that the Sultan's role extended beyond traditional and religious boundaries and also extended beyond the northwest and covered the entire country, as he is regarded as the spiritual head of all Muslims. However, the state government denied the allegation, stating that the law building the traditional ruler's appointment has not been changed. As Nigeria joins the rest of the world to commemorate the 2024 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, a civil society organization, Hope Behind Bars Africa, has opposed inclusion in the proposed amendment of the Nigeria Senate to the Nigeria Drug and Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. The executive director of Hope Behind Bars Africa, Oluwafunke Adeoye, during a press conference held to mark the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking with the theme, "The Evidence is Clear, Invest in Prevention," said the National Assembly should critically review and reverse its position on the use of death penalty for drug offenses in Nigeria. The director pointed out that its proposal represents a severe setback for human dignity and criminal justice reform in Nigeria. She emphasized that her organization's approach to crime deterrence is co-creating evidence-based solutions that address the root cause of crime and uphold the dignity and rights of all individuals in the process. For drug-related offenses, she said the government must invest in prevention, opposing that death penalty lacks deterrent effect associated with drug trafficking, which countries with high execution rate for drug offenses, such as Iran and Saudi Arabia, still faces serious drug problems. Parents have been called upon to intensify efforts in bringing up their children in the fear of God to enable them impact the society positively and also make their family proud. The General Overseer of the Zion Hills Church of All Nations, Dr. Kolawole Adebisi, made the call in a sermon to commemorate the 2024 Children's Day in the church in Ajakuta local government area of Kogi State. Similarly, the District Overseer of the Foursquare Gospel Church in Beacon Estate, Ajakuta, Reverend Samson Olofin Lucy, encouraged believers and Nigerians at large to be diligent in their works to achieve greater results. Our reporter has the detail.
Bishop Adebisi said poor parenting has done more harm than good in the society, advising parents to step up their games by nurturing their children in the fear of God.
There's a lot of decadence in the society today, and this begins with parenting. And when there's no good training, the children cannot become productive in the future. And the children are the future. They are the one that will take over from where we parents will have stopped. And that's the reason that the issue of children is not to be taken for granted. The issue of training children is very important. You should teach them the way of God. They should teach them how to serve God. They should teach them how to walk in the fear of God.
At the Foursquare Gospel Church, Beacon Estate in Ajakuta, Reverend Samson Olofin Lucy admonished Christians to be diligent in their dealings to enjoy God's blessings.
The message to the body of Christ is diligence, foundation for all-round blessings. For we believers, Christians, for us to be blessed, we have to be very, very diligent in the service of the Lord. For a nation to be blessed, we need to be diligent in whatever we are doing. We, the believers of today, we, the citizens of Nigeria, that blessing will surely come to us because God has pronounced it definitely. Say every word that proceeded out of my mouth will not return unto me void. It must accomplish the purpose why it has been sent. So the Lord has pronounced us blessing, and so we shall be blessed.
The services featured preaching and prayers for the progress of Nigeria and her citizens.
We go on a short break now. We'll be right back.
Healthy living. It's time to thrive. Get the facts, take control, and stay alive. Health Med Info on Malachi TV Online, your go-to guide for a healthier life. Expert advice, tips, and more in store. Tune in every Saturday, 5 p.m. with Esther and open the door to appear healthier you every day with Health Med Info. Stay alive.
Welcome back. On politics, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi says the party will do everything it can to resolve the perennial crisis rocking the party. Obi made this known while fielding questions from reporters after he addressed the chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC Transition Committee, headed by former president of the NLC, Abdul Wahid Umar. Obi said the party's National Executive Council, NEC, Governor Alex Oti of Abure State and himself will meet in line with the Labour Party's constitution to address the party's leadership crisis. He also stated that the decision to have Labour Party's national chairman, Julius Abure, retained is one that the stakeholders will have to decide on. Obi explained that the leadership challenge in the Labour Party can be resolved by stakeholders. According to reports, the NLC Transition Committee was at the Labour Party to take over the party's secretariat but was denied access as Peter Obi and other stakeholders were already holding a peace meeting. On the foreign scene, the International Criminal Court, ICC, has convicted the former head of the Islamic police in Mali's historic city of Timbuktu, Al-Hassan Ag Abdulaziz, for crimes against humanity and forcing hundreds of women into sexual slavery. Prosecutors said Al-Hassan led a reign of terror in Timbuktu after it was overrun in 2012 by the Al-Qaeda-linked Ansar Dine group. He faced charges of torture, rape, sexual slavery, and also alleged to have helped destroy ancient mausoleums in Timbuktu. Hassan was handed over to the ICC in 2018 by the Malian authorities, 5 years after French troops helped liberate Timbuktu from the jihadists. Kenya's President William Ruto says he will withdraw a finance bill containing controversial tax hikes after deadly protests which saw parliament set ablaze on Tuesday. In an address to the nation, he said it was clear that Kenyans want nothing to do with the bill, stressing that he will not sign the bill into law. Ruto said that he will go into dialogue with the young people whom were at the forefront of the biggest protests to hit the country since he was elected in 2022. The bill was passed by the parliament on Tuesday, despite nationwide demonstrations against it. Protesters broke into parliament, vandalizing the interior and setting parts of the complex on fire as the ceremony maze, symbolizing the authority of the legislator, was stolen. In sports, England has secured a top spot in Group C despite failing to score at the Euro 2024 as Slovenia also progressed to the knockout stage after a 0-0 draw in Cologne. England will now have to wait until Wednesday's final group games to find out which of the 4 best third-place teams they will face in the last 16. In other matches, Denmark progressed to the knockout stage of the Euro 2024 after a goalless draw with Serbia, as Australia and France also qualified for the last 16. Argentina became the first nation to book their spot in the quarterfinals of the 2024 Copa America as Lautaro Martinez's late strike delivered victory against Chile. The defending champions were dominant throughout at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey with 22 shots. With the game heading towards a frustrating draw, Inter Milan striker Martinez broke the deadlock in the 88th minute. Argentina are top of the Group A and are guaranteed a top 2 finish with a match to spare as they play their final group game against Peru on Sunday. That is the size of our news package for today. Do support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, Malachite TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, MLC TV 2, MLC TV Yoruba, and Ebirababe MLC TV. Instagram, MLC TV 2021. X handle, Malachite TV, and TikTok, Malachite_TV. For your event coverage, appearance on any of our programs, contributions, comment, advert placement, or sponsorship, please call or send SMS to any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join Malachite TV online on weekends to watch our various programs. Every Saturday, Health Med Info by 5 p.m., 7 p.m. Political Arena, Sunday 6 p.m. Women's World, 7 p.m. Kakanchebira, Monday 9 a.m. The Opinion, and 9 p.m. Senior Citizen Alcohol. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please continue to be a brother's keeper to build a happier and better society together. I am Joshua Adinoy. Thanks for watching.